Well, got almost 100 miles on the old RMAX 1000 XTR, and hell of a rig. I'm going to talk about it. Did some really good trail riding up in Michigan yesterday. I want to wash it off a little bit. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to set up the tripod, pressure wash this thing real quickly. There's not a whole bunch of big chunks on it, but I just want to get it clean. I mean, it's so pretty when it's clean, you know. So let's do that real fast, then we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about the RMAX 1000 XTR now that I got about 30 trail miles on it. We went up to Michigan to do some riding, and it was a mix of like sandy, rocky, hard pack, some mud, hill climbs.
Okay. Woo! He's just sailing. Woo! That was great.
Rock sections, you know, sand washes, whoop-de-doos, all kind of, little bit of everything.
Are we gonna get him? We're gonna get him. We gotta get him. He's stranded on his own little island.
You know, I was kind of unsure how this machine was going to be, you know, whether it would be kind of like a jack of all trades or a master of none, or, you know, whatever, but I'm very impressed with this machine. It did everything, in my opinion, phenomenally. It has more than enough power. Really nice machine. Great ground clearance. A lot of off-camber stuff, like dropping into like these gullies and stuff. It did really good.
Crap, that's a big drop. Woo! Where's that Can-Am? Oh, look at that.
It was quiet. My son and I were able to talk, you know, unless you're doing full throttle blasts, then it gets kind of loud. What else? Brakes, extremely good. The stock Carnivores are a great tire. I was able to get traction everywhere. Rarely did I need four-wheel drive. I just kind of turned it on just to kind of play with things, you know, kind of see what it would do on hills, hill climbs and stuff like that. But I feel like I didn't really need it at all yesterday.
Oh, the rocks.
Didn't have to use low range at all. Was in high range all the time. Real tight stuff. There was this one trail where, man, I was close to kissing trees. So I think that's maybe a negative, is some trail systems are going to be a little on the narrow side, maybe. Did that say 60-inch back there?
Yeah.
But this thing fit, so no problems there. I just had to go a little bit slower. I really like how compliant the ride is on this thing. It's not real bouncy or harsh. And I've been in some machines where at the end of the day you just kind of feel beat up, and this machine was not like this. I mean, we drove for probably close to 4 or 5 hours straight. I wasn't fatigued at all. You know, I'm a smaller guy, so I'm not some giant gorilla, but 5'9" with boots on, and I felt great in this thing the whole time. So, you know, your mileage may vary if you're a little bit bigger or maybe a little bit shorter, but what else? Talked about the power. No cab heat. You know, again, I was wearing 2 sweatshirts, so it was a little on the crisp side in southern Michigan, but I didn't feel any heat. My son didn't complain that he was too warm in here. Where we were riding, it was kind of dusty. I think, you know, we had goggles and stuff on, but I think it would have benefited from a windscreen. I think that would have been that might be maybe my first addition if we go back out is a windscreen, I think. But yeah, this exceeded my expectations. I like how quick the turn-in is and how quickly the steering reacts. I feel like, you know, for a recreational machine, this thing has really great maneuverability, and it doesn't feel floaty. It feels really planted and connected. I think the only time it got a little sketchy is if you were going fast and like whoops. You know, this is not the kind of machine that you're going to blaze through a desert with or do pre-running. Everything else this machine did really, really well. I never felt tippy. You know, I felt like there was good flex even with the sway bar. Really nice machine. I really, really, really encourage people to take a hard look at this new Yamaha. I really think that it's going to fit the bill for most people that are going to be off-road riders. Sometimes I feel like the roof seems kind of high to me. The machine is pretty high in the air, like compared to my buddy's Can-Am Commander, and then there was another XP, I think it was a 900, so an older one. This thing is significantly larger. I'll try to maybe get a picture up on the screen of us and the machines if I have one. But I feel like when you're going through really tight stuff, you're going to start kissing the roof pretty good. And I had the place that we were riding at, you need to have a flag. So that was smacking into stuff. Oh, here's a negative. There's really no good place to mount a flag. So in a future video, I'm going to make a flag mount. There is a, it's not tapped, there's a welded on nut on the back behind each seat belt. And I'm thinking about designing something where a flag will come straight up. So no good stock location for a flag mount, at least none that I've seen. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to go to a place that requires a flag. The mirror, the rear view mirror that comes stock on this thing, super nice. That's something that I think every manufacturer should have. What a great idea. But yeah, overall, great first impression. My son and I had a blast. Plenty of power, plenty of comfort, no issues at all, good protection from mud and dust. Fuel mileage, I know people are going to wonder and ask about that. And I filled it up all the way before we left yesterday. And I used about, I have to turn the thing on. I think it just, the second, so there's 4 bars. And I know when I loaded it on the trailer to come home, there was 1 bar gone. And then just now when I was starting it up and driving it around, the second bar disappeared. So I figure I used at least half a tank. But yeah, overall, first time out, really, really good experience. I'm really happy with this machine. I think that whoever is in a group of deciding whether or not they want pure sport or something with a little bit of utility, this machine's plenty sporty. It'll still do a little bit of utility work around your farm or property, wherever you're at, or if you're hunting or something like that. Really, really nice machine. I can't really say enough about it. I can't really think of that many negatives, honestly. Maybe there'll be some more as, you know, the miles get piled on this thing, but so far, other than the oil change taking a little bit of time, it's a really nice machine. I definitely think Yamaha hit it out of the park with this one. And you know, do some more research if you want. Ask me questions if you need to. I'm sure maybe I forgot about some stuff, but you know, overall, for a 5-hour pretty hard trail ride, good unit.